late to every boys trip because he was doing something, rebuilding a room. I need new brakes. I need you to do new brakes. I need you to cook something. He was always late. She knew how to get him.
Got him.
I'm Googling Mandingo Man.
Hey, can we get this fucking podcast started so we can lay into this motherfucker?
Yeah, let's roll into it. This is the Any Given Sunday podcast, week 11 recap. I'm Rebel Scum, no-time champion. We got the defending champ on here, two-time champion. JC was cracking.
What's going on? I wore the nice father's robe because we know again, year or two, who the real father is. So daddy's home, boys.
Another pro.
Well done. Ambassador of Quan. We got the 2022 champ. Did I get that one right? 2022, 2020.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
2020 champ. Fuck, man. What's up,
There's
Quan?
only 1 year to remember, Nick.
I know, dude. I know. I didn't have it. I was trying to just run off the dome with it, and I didn't have it. 2022 champ. Quan was cracking.
Man, just feeling hate, but you know when you have a high score 4 times in a row, I can understand the resentment, but that's okay. I still got love for you guys. It's probably, I don't even know. It might be a record. I don't know if it's ever been done, but thank you. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate the the accolades and thank you.
Yeah, dude. No one remembers the 4-time weekly high score ever. So I mean, well done.
Shit on it. Just go ahead and shit on it, Nick. Thanks.
That's what I'm here for, buddy.
No
we
big
got the
deal.
commissioner.
No
we got the
big deal.
commissioner, Siebert Frogs, the 4-time champ on here.
Hey, good to see you guys.
So easy to do.
You know, I'm only here because we have a special guest today because it's been a long day of slave labor in my house of painting, which is a different level of pain. But, you know, my boy CZ brought me out here tonight. So I'm here for him. Carlos, just a note, man. I saw you moving the hat. In order for us to see it on the pod, you have to be speaking. So you might have to do it again during your intro.
Gotcha. I'll be doing it every 5 minutes. Don't worry.
I want to give CZ his proper fantasy football shout out. He is the 2-time champion in whatever league he participates in. Currently, his squad's name is CZ's Siesta Sultans. Jesus Christ. Could you add another few words to that?
Hey, that's what AI came up with. That's what I'm using. So thank you very much. It's good to be here. That's good to be here.
Often I'll talk about our one viewer, and he's here tonight. So thank you so much for participating. And can we share in the kind of inside joke, Frog, before you came on? And thank you for jumping on, Frog. I'm surprised to hear you say that you would not be here otherwise if CZ hadn't jumped on here, because usually you're the reg, man. You're like a Japanese train. We can always count on you. But before you came on, we were wondering, hey, what's up with Froggy? He's usually here, one of the first few to jump on. What's he doing? CZ, what was your call on this? What did you say?
I said Alexis has him doing something extraordinary. Maybe knocking a wall down, painting a room, putting flooring in right before he needs to be somewhere. So I just do that. I've seen it before.
She keeps me busy. You are absolutely right, CZ. Shout out CZ, longtime listener, first time caller tonight. Not only is he our only viewer, but he's also our only commenter on YouTube. So appreciate the love, CZ.
Yeah,
but you're right, man. I spent a summer building my dream man cave project, which I'd love to show you next time you come out to the west side. And I
wants to show you his man caved project next time you come.
My man shaved project. Added another feature to it, and I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back, because she saw me put in these blinds that block the sun, and she was like, you know what,
Enough is
I'm
enough.
putting this asshole back to work inside the
He's
house.
too fucking happy.
So yeah, man, I woke up. You know, most people wake up on a Monday and go to work. I woke up on a Monday and started putting up painter's tape.
Oh, you went to work. You just didn't get paid for it.
Oh, I got paid for work. I just did a different type of work.
Ah,
Hey, you know what?
city efficiency.
It pays off when you do it. You feel good about it. It's your home. Knock it out.
It's great for hosting. I'll tell you one
Yeah,
thing.
wait.
Your background still looks better than fucking Lewis.
Are you talking about? This is this wonderful, iconic,
An orgasming fucking goat, bro.
This
I
is
cannot stand that goat, dude. I hate it.
representation.
It is an ass licking goat.
I fucking hate that thing. The tongue, I want to vomit.
The salad tossing, salamanding goat.
This
Low-
particular haunted all of these losers all the way to my championship ring.
Lou, why is it such a low resolution goat though?
Uh-huh. It's like off
We
the
talked.
fucking
We
dark
discussed
web.
this.
It's in 1K, like how many chips he has. He hasn't got the 4K yet.
Damn. I can't laugh at that joke.
Laugh now, gentlemen.
I can't laugh at that joke. Oh, so yesterday we had a little gathering out here in Rialto. Quan and Frog joined us. We were kind of chatting about tonight's podcast. Excited to have CZ on here. And we were all wondering, CZ, former captain, our captain, what's life been like without the Mucho Grande? And how much do you miss it?
Fuck.
Rest in
Okay.
peace, Mucho Grande. Best years of my life.
Fucking best years.
I'm so glad that I got to experience it.
Oh,
once.
we know you did.
Yeah.
Hey, that's funny. Lou experienced it one time. I experienced it 4 times. There's some themes going on here today.
I think I went
Oh,
twice.
Numerology.
Well, so
Hey, Lewis, I heard you hopped off the boat for a burnt mission when you went. Can you tell us about that? No.
Hold on, one question at a time, sir. One question at a time. Let's
Sorry.
let the guests
I don't know.
discuss.
The mission
Lou.
wasn't. Well, you know what? Never mind.
Lou, just hang on. We'll get to the. I'm sure we'll get to the MVP.
Ask me a question I can't answer, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I fucking asked it. Speaking of next week,
Anyways, Jesus Christ, sabotage, dude. CZ, please, let's talk about this. Mucho Grande.
yeah, well, when I sold it, I wasn't using it much, and I did have a lot of good memories, but nobody was really in the family willing to help do anything with it or go, take it out or whatever. So I was paying a mint to keep it out the lake, and it just made sense to move on. So we
Wait. Before we get to the sad story of moving on, rewind, CZ. Tell us about the glorious days of the MG. Where did
glory
it come
hole
from?
filled days.
How did it get wrapped? Where was it stored? Like,
Straight
Yeah.
to the.
we have photo albums of the best times of our lives. We'll get to the
It was
sad
a lot
part,
of
but
fun.
There's a
can we
picture
talk
of
about the
me
good part first?
Monday. I love that picture.
It was a lot of fun.
Really sad.
Yeah, right. I mean, you guys, Lennon, you might have went on the first boat, right? The first pontoon I had.
I went on as many as I
Was
could, man.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
it,
I moved.
it was me and KB1. It was the KB1 days.
Oh yeah. So maybe not. You did. I had a smaller pontoon boat before the MG, and I just wanted the biggest, baddest boat. I saw a picture of one in a magazine, and they're custom-made boats out of Arizona. And I told Sharon, I'm like, I'm going to get one of those boats one of these days. And she just like, whatever. So sure enough, man, I got on Boat Trader and I saw one for sale in Glendale, Arizona. The year they had the Super Bowl there, and the first time they had the Super Bowl there. And I drove my ass out there. And
Just for clarification for the audience, CZ was on Boat Trader and NJC is on Boy Trader.
Whoa. No need no need for shrapnel. No need for shrapnel.
No need for the FBI to look into this podcast, please.
Right. Like, come on, guys. Whoa.
Diddy Trader. So I drove my ass out there and bought it, and immediately took it to the stereo shop, the carpet shop, fixed up some upholstery, and it was great. It was in great condition, other than a few little, minor things, and brought that bitch home. And I've never driven a boat that big in my life, and I just went in crazy with it, and it was good to go. It was tough to get guys to go on a trip, to get everybody together, but once we got the core crew, Nick could only go on Friday night, Saturday mornings. For some reason, his trip could never be a 3-day trip. It was always fucking 1.5 days for some reason.
It was like 2. It was like 2 days. It was 2 days.
But everybody else, we'd get out there on Fridays and we do our thing and come home safe and sound on Sundays. And because I never drank while we're driving the boat, but it was worth it to make sure everybody was good. And
Captain, thanks for keeping us all safe out there on those waters, sometimes more treacherous than others. Can you just give us some of your fondest moments of at least the crew that's on the podcast? Some of your fondest moments of us being out there. And then I have a story or two I want to tell, but I'll let you go first.
Okay. One of the moments I remember every time I have a slice of pizza in front of me is
Oh shit, here it comes.
the black olive moment. I mean, hey, they're not for everybody, but apparently some of
Fucking olives. Who was that? Who the fuck was that?
I hear
the shit was fire too. The shit was fucking fire.
Sid gets the phone. He goes, "Hold on, everybody. Here we go." He goes, and black olives. And fucking Lennon threw some shit around the Airbnb. Like, he fucked it all up. Fuck. He goes running around and fucking, he's like, hear me out. And so we ended up getting black olives, and that was the first pizza gone. I mean, we had some guests at the house that ate for free. They got the special invite by the MVP, but it was good, man. I think olives are here to stay. I get them every time I get them. I think about you two retards. But
who doesn't like black olives on the pizza again? Who doesn't like
fucking lit it, dude? It was like pepperoni and black olives, bro. That shit is fire.
Dude, I was at my boy Robert's house Saturday night for the UFC fights, picking off black olives off that damn Supreme pizza this weekend.
No way, dude. What a mistake, man.
it was definitely a trigger.
That shit was hilarious, man. He lost it over some fucking olives, bro.
You lost it, dude. You lost it. I mean, I don't know what the fuck, but it was
That
crazy.
shit triggered him. The little black little buttholes, I guess, just got him going.
Well, I didn't, I can't go too
you
deep.
truly
man.
are the anger emotion from inside out when you get mad, dog. Like when you get mad, you go through it, and it's like, get the fuck out of the way, dude. Whatever's in your vicinity gets tossed. People, objects, pizzas.
CZ saw it, man. I think I swam across the channel. I broke the rules to like fight some dude with an Al Capone tattoo in Lake Havasu.
The
With
dirty
That was
waters.
year one. That was year one. I'm surprised I got invited back.
The dirty waters of Lake Crenshaw. Ooh.
Is this Crenshaw? Is this Crenshaw? Is this Crenshaw? Shut the fuck up. Sit back down. You're in the back seat.
Is this Crenshaw?
Is this Crenshaw? Nick, we're rolling up on the lake and the bridge to get to the island. You cross over the London Bridge, and it's pretty packed underneath. And Papa over here in the robe sits up from the back seat, starts chiming in. Is this Crenshaw? Is this Crenshaw? I'm like, what the fuck's he talking about?
Because all the boats are
Lennon's
like backed up and parked like Crenshaw on fucking Sundays.
Yeah. Lennon's like, yes, motherfucker. Yes, it's Crenshaw. Shut the fuck up. He's like, oh, okay. Where's my pipe at? Where's my pipe?
Shut up and have a fucking black
Where's my
olive
pipe?
and shut the fuck up.
Nah, BC doesn't smoke pipes, man. He doesn't smoke pipes. It's all hand rolled.
No, I'm not the
Frontally.
one who broke I'm not the pipe. That's no ice. That's no
That's
ice.
no ice. No ice was pretty
No ice.
memorable.
Can we
Whose
get the
pipe did he
skis?
break?
I want a jet ski.
Whose pipe did he
No
break?
ice.
That was no ice's pipe.
Yeah,
He broke his own pipe.
No. He had to
It was
buy
Chris's.
it for
It was
for
Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Chris for
Moon
Moon
Rock.
Rock.
Cosby.
Chris
For who?
Cosby.
For the cause?
Yeah,
He
Chris
brought his
Cosby.
special
Still-
barbecue sauce to Havasu.
That's a funny one too.
That's not
Dude.
funny. You can't tell that one on the pod.
No, hell no.
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 It wasn't funny at the time.
That's not funny ever.
Mm,
That was the
no.
Harlem Shake part 2. That was all bad, man. That was all bad. My first Havasu trip out there, I did roll out after work on a Friday. And you know what? I want to say this. I ended up leaving that job probably like 3 years later, pre-pandemic, and I think about all these fucking Fridays I didn't go out to the fucking lake. Anyways, the first time out there was the Puck Fat. That was Puck Fat.
Oh, Puck fucking fat.
And we had that
Not,
big
no,
ass
no,
monsoon.
never, ever, no, never, GFE, ever, never.
Yeah, that was a crazy time, man, because I wasn't sure exactly what was going on. There was all kinds of puck fattery, and there's a monsoon. We couldn't even go out on the lake.
Versace.
A porky piggy twisty burger.
Dude, that was a pretty crazy move. You just show up to Barstow, the point of no return. There's no going back, nothing. And like, oh, guess what I brought? Like, dude.
Hey, I want to see pictures of it. Send pictures. Length and girth.
Length and
That was
girth.
bananas. And then you stick Jamon in the back seat with one of them. Like, oh,
No, MK came to the rescue.
Shout out.
what a mess. No,
Was that
but
the-
it was
was
a
that-
lot.
wait. Was that the trip that we learned about T. Ruth's talons and he unsheathed them and lost his phone in the water and the rice?
I thought the talents
Yes.
were in Vegas. The
The talons.
No, the talents were
that was in
at
Havasu.
Airbnb, where when you guys knew the guy we were renting the house from or something.
No. Remember the
That's
talons came.
Oh, MK's cousin. We got a re-rented a house from MK's cousin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. No, that was the same trip. The talons were he was trying to get on the boat, the back of Mucho, and he had these flip flops on that he ripped trying to get on, and we started teasing him because his toenails ripped him off.
That toenail joke has been going on for years now.
And he still hasn't had a
Never let air
pedicure.
mattress, pop the air mattress.
Oh, that's what popped the air mattress in Vegas. His toenails.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, dude. Fucking
That
slept
was
on
a
the
crazy
floor like a
fucking weekend
hobo.
too. No,
That was Baker to Vegas.
that was CZ was at that one too. Raising Canes.
I was.
Yep.
I was.
CZ, every
yeah.
time you're around, there's a lot of fuckery that goes down. I wonder what that means.
Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I have never had a group massage like that before, where it's just a dark room.
Whoa,
and it's
whoa,
like-
whoa. It's 2024. You need to be very clear
I'm
about
just
what the
saying,
fuck
man.
you just said.
I'm being
We
very
had
clear right now.
individual massages
Right,
in a room together
with other people.
of the opposite sex for like $19.99 for an hour, and it was amazing.
I don't
You're
know about
welcome.
amazing, man. That lady put my ankles by my ears, and I was like, this is supposed to happen.
She gave you a rim rub.
All bad, man. Raising Canes, though, that was a good time.
You're welcome. Again, you're
You're
welcome.
welcome.
Yeah, so the happy times. So you ended up selling the Mucho Grande, the maintenance, the cost, all that makes sense. And you
Yeah.
retired too. So I mean, I imagine you have some time to travel, go on vacations. But what's your heart telling you? What are you feeling? You know, do you long for those days?
Oh,
During the summer, yes, I see the boats around. I see people towing their boats around, but that goes away pretty quick. It's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just drive my ass to Vegas and have just as much fun. So we do miss it sometimes, but you know, it's done. It was past it ran its course. I ran its course with some very good friends here on the podcast here, and can never get rid of the memories. So I'm good, man. It's good.
How long did you follow the boat on Instagram after you sold it?
A couple years, and then moved up to Discovery Bay, and then she sold it to somebody. She moved. The family moved to like Idaho or something and left it there in Discovery Bay. So I don't know who else owns it there, but it's up.
Where's
up
Discovery Bay? Just
Did
for
they
those
keep the
folks.
Mucho Grande wrap, or
there. Yes,
they kept it, huh?
they kept it all the way I left it. So for at least
It
those
was
2 years.
It was a magnet, man. It attracted all the eyes, man. It was the sound, it was the look,
Yeah.
you know, the vibe. It was Crenshaw. You know, you got somebody yelling Crenshaw. It made people moonwalk off the back, like, and it did all kinds of crazy stuff, man. That was a.
And
I
don't
remember
forget,
just-
don't forget the rule to get on, man. That was the best rule ever.
What's that?
The rule that was on the banner.
Installation only.
Installation rule.
Oh yeah, I still have that banner. That's gonna be my backdrop next time. It's
Oh,
like
yeah, man.
free pasties for everybody. The whole zip. Remember the Ziploc bag would come
Dude.
out, and
That was amazing.
it was.
That
worked.
was the karma for being the only sober person on the boat. The application.
Thank you. Yep. Hey, somebody had to put them on straight.
Hey, man. And who better but the captain?
It was all good, man.
Sometimes God didn't even put them on straight, you know. It's just the way the law of the land, the lay of the land. Oh Lord Almighty! So, hey CZ, what have you been up to in your retirement? Next weekend's this Saturday's the Vegas Grand Prix. I know you're headed out there.
I am.
Are you
heading out there?
Hell yeah! And have you been to Austin? Are you planning on doing a global one, hitting some of the Monacos or any of the other spots? You're my only F1 guy that I know. So
Yeah, I've been to Austin. I've been to Mexico City. So Vegas. We're going out there again. And once we move to Vegas, I think it's going to be more of be able to travel and get everything going again, and trying to get make sure our finances are straight for the move, and get our most bang for our buck. And once we get there, then we'll be all around. It's a little easier to travel from Vegas with the international airport there. So from here, it's a little tough. You know, it's either LAX or TJ or Vegas. We're right in the middle of all those airports. So it'll be a little bit more, it'll be easier to get around from Vegas. So we plan on traveling big time. So it's good, man. Retirement's good. I recommend it.
I look forward to joining you one day.
Hey, do it.
When is the target date for moving out of state, man?
Well, it was supposed to be this year, but Victoria, my oldest daughter, she was expecting a child, had a baby in October, so we hung around
Congrats.
for that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So my third grandkid, so we kind of hung around for that, so we were a little bit closer. But now it's just there's no rush, you know, so nothing's really going on too much, and so, you know, maybe in the spring of next year we'll be over there, and you guys have a landing spot in Vegas whenever you want to go.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's good, man.
There's some lakes in Vegas.
There is, and I may purchase another boat.
No.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
On the
We look
horizon.
forward to that.
It's possible.
Yeah,
Hey,
before
man.
we move on to the fantasy football stuff, I want to talk a little bit about your previous line of work. You were an Ontario police officer. Thank you for keeping the streets safe out there in the IE. You worked with one of our former league members, Captain Hook. You got any Mill Street stories or anything going on? Like some of the more memorable story, one or two. You worked at the mall. Didn't you work at the airport detail? You just saw a bunch of shit, man. Come on, man. Give us something juicy. How many Cholo fights at the mall did you stop?
Countless, man. But it was good, man. There's a lot of memories. I miss the people more than I miss the work, you know. So there are a lot of good. Go ahead.
How'd you first meet? And not only did he know Derek from the job, but the original league that I joined, Booty was in that one, CZ. So technically Booty and Derek have AGS ties. But when was the first time you linked up with them on the job?
So when I got hired, Derek was in NARCs. So I went to training. I was on training. And when I hit the streets on my own, Derek got promoted to corporal and they kicked him out of NARCs with the promotion. So he was on the streets. And I swear to God, man, people are telling me, I'm like, who's that dude over there? You know, they're like, oh, he's an up and comer. He's going to be the chief one day. This was 1996. I'm like, really? He goes, oh, they're all, oh, yeah, he's golden. He's this, he's that, or whatever, right? Brand new tailored uniforms because he just got all new uniforms with the promotion. And he hits the streets. I start to get to know him a little bit. I met him. So I get this call. He remembers it like it was yesterday too. And we get a call of a family disturbance at some residence. And I go up there. I'm the first one there. It's my area, my call. I'm supposed to handle. And Derek's backing me. So I go up and all of a sudden, all these black women come out to the front yard and start yelling at me. Just, what the fuck? This bitch did this. It's that just fucking unloading on me, right? And I see Derek fucking coming up, weighs like 130 pounds, all fucking cool with his Jerry juice in his fucking hair and shit. And I look at him and I walk down the sidewalk towards him. I go, you're handling this fucking call. And I fucking split. I go, there's no fucking. I stuck him with it. I go, I cannot get a word in with this family. I go, I'm fucking done. And he looks at me. I just fucking left. I was like, fuck this. I must have been having a bad day, but I was not having it, man. And we laugh about it to this day. He's like, how the fuck you stuck me with that call? That was your call. I go, I didn't give a fuck. I was not going to get yelled at any longer by that family. So I stuck him with it. But it was
sounds like what our podcast is going to be like next week.
By those what? Those I'm not getting yelled at by those that family.
Those mouse pads.
Hey,
Yeah,
let me tell you, that's how the stories are told to me on a daily basis.
That family.
those loud
I
women.
wasn't gonna take anything from that family.
Those non-UFC watchers.
Hey,
Oh,
what can I say?
They weren't
Hey,
Hulkamaniacs.
transition from the Ontario PD times to fantasy football. CZ, were you there, man? Because I was invited to an Ontario PD football draft / poker party, and it was at this clubhouse. Can't remember if you were there or not, but I was there to help Derek with his draft, which changed the rules of the league forever. Like no assistants were ever invited back. I was banned from the clubhouse, not only for helping Derek, but then I took everybody's money on the poker table, and they were like, that non-UFC watcher, that naysayer could never come back here.
Naysayer.
No naysayers allowed but you.
I was there, and I think that might have been the first time I met you. And all of a sudden, whoever bought all the food, and you had the biggest plate of fucking food. I'm like, what the fuck? This dude.
This naysayer is getting a little uppity today.
Yeah, he's got his whole
All right.
laughing at our
Helping
picks.
himself.
You took somebody terrible in the first round, CZ. I was laughing at people's picks.
Sean Green. I took Sean Green, and he was already
Sean Green, the baseball player.
He took Mean Joe Green.
Retired Sean Alexander.
Yeah.
Sean Green, that running back from the Jets, the fat one.
Yes. Yes.
I never even heard
I
of this.
thought
guy.
he was my savior, but yeah,
you've been
and
there.
he's over there. Lennon's over there chipping in there, chiming, whispering at Derek, eating all the fucking food. And then we start playing poker, and I'm out early. And I heard he was there till like 2 a.m. He took everybody's fucking money, man. I was like, fuck. Who was that guy?
Who was that?
Who
They
was
put my
that
picture up
man?
on the wall.
Who
They're
was
like,
that family?
Never let him back into the clubhouse.
Who was that naysayer?
Who was that? Never ever again.
Bad family on in here.
So I was there. So
Oh, that's funny.
yep. And then after that, I invited Derek on a trip, and he goes, that guy Lennon, he wants to go. He's like, he's young though, so he's a little crazy.
He likes to
And
eat and take people's money.
Yeah, so Derek
He
actually
found out he liked to
Derek
cliff
went-
jump.
Yeah, Derek went on a couple trips until he got fucking reeled in, man. He was shut down. That got shit. I don't know what happened. I don't know if Shalisa heard something or
No. He will say, as you previously mentioned, he was in line. It was a political decision. He didn't want to get potentially in a ruckus. Now, mind you, the same guy that said this pulled his dick out maybe on a public street in a large city in Southern California, took a leak, said King Kong can't fuck with me. Didn't want to go to Lake Havasu.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I didn't see it. I heard it. I might have been there maybe. But then, he said he couldn't go on these trips because look at us. You said it yourself. Siebert Frogs earns his name. Everybody earns their keep. The MVP earns his keep. He just didn't want to be associated with us anymore in that context.
yeah. Well, he went on a few, and he invited Lennon. I said, "Fuck yeah, whatever. If you vouch for him, he's good. So bring him." And I don't think you brought anybody else with you that trip, did you, Coop?
I feel like Casito might have came, or was that the following year?
Oh shit! Casito came.
You might have been. You
Did I
might
come
have
by
went on
myself
your
the
own.
first year.
Yeah, and then after that, he got shut down, and you had the standard invite, and then you asked if you could bring more people, and then Casito went, Emmett, and then we started our own crew, without Derek basically, and a lot of those guys got washed out, and everybody stuck around, so it was good. It was good, man. It was a lot of fun.
Some of the best summers of my life.
Amen. Amen.
Yep. It was good, man. Fuck. I still have all
Shut
the
up.
pictures, so whenever you're ready.
We know. We see them thrown in our faces here and
He's
there.
got the vault, man. Whenever I need a good joke and I'm having trouble finding the picture, CZ, I need a rollback to 2007 February, mid-February, and he sends it to me within 60 seconds.
Hey,
That's beautiful.
I do. Would you use that picture for the other day?
For the podcast. It comes full circle. We needed the picture of the meat
Moose knuckle?
of NJC's crab meat.
The elephant toe.
Yeah. It was supposed to be edited. So we talk about it on the podcast of NJC's proclivity for the shim meat. And immediately after we wrap, Nick's like, hey, send me that picture so I could put it into the pod. I hit UCZ, you send it. Within 5 minutes, Nick has it. And then completely forgets to put it on the podcast.
Looks like it'll be making the podcast this week.
Just to,
I shall
just
not
to jump
forget.
in and clear the air.
I might put a
There's
mustache
no
on it too.
proclivity for shim meat. That is a just disastrous rumor. And shout out to the LGBTQ community. But
Much
you know,
Much
no
respect.
lump crab meat for me.
Let's just say BC
Anymore.
would do marvelously in Thailand. Let's just say.
Nope. No, not never Thailand for BC.
On that note, let's talk
Transition to fantasy football.
transition to serving some meat this week. BC.
That was
Quan, we had some high scores here, man. Quan, you had the high score of the week. That's all we'll say. The matchup was what it was. That's all we'll say. Next
Right.
week you got T Ruth. Let's look ahead for once. Let's look ahead here.
Well,
Talk about your
before
matchup
we
with
look
T.
before we look ahead,
Okay.
Quan, do you have something to say, or do you want me to say it?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, did the matchup really matter? Because everyone would have
Jesus.
went down this week, last week, week before that, the week before that. But go ahead, Liddy.
Steve, is that what you were looking for?
No, I
Ouch.
mean I'm happy that he did get high score because there were league members that were not happy with the lineup he was facing.
Ooh.
And the alarms were raised. So I tried to tell them that it doesn't really matter who we plug in there, but because he has a proclivity to put up a high score, and I'm happy it didn't matter because I didn't want the league protesting the victory.
Will
Can you
Disley
elaborate on
did
that a
ball,
little bit,
though.
Larry? So what did happen? What did happen?
What did happen?
Specifically.
Well, there were some concerns about your opponent's lineup, and there were some protests made by more than one league member. And I was just letting them know, like, look, man, the owner of the team's in a bad spot. It's a bad week in multiple ways. One, he's playing the Quan, who's had the high score for 3 weeks in a row. 2, he's got the injury bug. 3, he's got bye weeks. I mean, bye weeks hurt a lot of teams this week. So I was trying to let people know, look, moving forward, if the roster needs to be managed, it will be managed. But this week, I just don't think, tossing potential keepers into the free agency pool, I thought that would cause more damage than good for the week. I didn't think plugging in a Will Disley and his 9 points would make a big difference in the outcome. So, luckily things went the way they went, and we'll try to make that team more competitive moving forward.
Who are those people that were complaining? I'm curious.
Oh, well, the protests were submitted anonymously.
Oh.
No, I said something. Fuck it. I said something because it's not because I'm trying to hate. It's just because it needs to be a fit. Because here's the thing: if it's an easy loss for you, and then he scores 200 points the next 3 weeks, that's that's an advantage, right? That's all I'm saying. It needs to be competitive. You know what I mean? So that if everybody can get the same win off of him, it's fair. Otherwise, it's kind of shit. But it is what it is.
So clearly this isn't the first I've heard of this. And when I first heard of it, I mean, you're right. It does make sense that, okay, yeah, we hope that our brother Emmett gets better. And unfortunately, he hasn't been able to manage his lineup. And it isn't necessarily fair to to opponents to have to face him, especially this week where his lineup pretty much was half gone. But the solutions, when I started hearing what the complainers' solutions were, it sparked, the thought of like maybe there was a hidden agenda behind this slurp avalanche of of text messages that occurred prior to this game. When I started hearing suggestions that Kirk Cousins should be dropped and Khalid Shaheed, like these players that actually would be useful to the teams that are complaining, which led me to believe, I mean, how low could it be to try to pillage the roster of a man who's sick in the hospital right now?
Pillage? Wait. So you think the intent was to?
I mean, how low could it be? Because
really,
I started deeply looking into Kirk Cousins and noticed, like, man, who would need Kirk Cousins the most? And then I realized, man, Kirk Cousins has the most favorable playoff schedule that one quarterback could, an owner could ever want. And one of the top teams in the league needs a quarterback the most. Out of nowhere, contacts the commissioner, who he hasn't talked to in months, to bring up this solution, and also, used his power over his minions to help him collude into this terrible, terrible, terrible plan.
This
to
is
take advantage
ridiculous.
of our
I
brother.
want you. I'm gonna let you go off on this diatribe, but it's
Go ahead
fucking
and
ridiculous.
I digress.
Well, could I add one note about that one particularly? I want to add some truth to this conversation. And it was weird. I get this text. He's like, "Hey, L, man, I saw Emmett, man, and I think we're gonna have to do something about his roster." And I'm like, "Well, what about Emmett, man? Like, how did he look? How's his wife and kids?" It went straight to the roster. I'm like, whoa, like this sounds a little weird.
Unbelievable.
I'm 7-3, Lewis 9-1, and we gotta close the gap. I need Kirk Cousins, and
all right,
DC
defend the
is gonna
Rat
call
Pack.
you too.
Nah, that wasn't related at all. Don't try to throw me in that motherfucking conspiracy, brother.
Slurp
NJC's team does
Avalanche.
not stand to benefit
Slurp, I like
from any of the
Slurp Avalanche. That was
recommendations.
Slurpalanche. It's all good. Hey, Quan, your victory puts Emmett in a 3-way tie for last place. Your former collusion cousin, because we know you're not colluding anymore, because
We've seen it.
you
We've
know
seen
why.
it.
Yeah.
Outside of Juwan Jennings.
Outside of sorry about that. Yeah, I forgot. Outside of this week's pick. That actually puts a little interesting twist on the West Coast Voodoo Queeswaller, because now you got a 3-way tie. What looked like it was going to be a 1-team race could end up going either way. And yeah, man. Any advice for your cousin Queeswaller as he could potentially endure back-to-back last place seasons?
Man, looking at his squad, I think whoever he plays from here on out, his team is finally healthy. He put up a shitload of points.
147.5.
Yeah, his team's finally healthy, and he looks like he's got double-digit scores top to bottom. So I am, I feel sorry for whoever, he's playing. He's going to break some hearts for the rest of this season.
He's got Pimps next. He's got Pimps next, and I hope he actually plays spoiler.
And Pimps needs a win. Pimps needs to win out.
He does.
So I don't see him in the landscape of things. I don't see him finishing last place from here on out. So I think of the three, he has the strongest squad.
And
Boomer bust.
I would say for a toilet bowl that the scoring output was amazing for a toilet bowl.
They were fighting. They were fighting.
129, dude.
Yeah. They were fighting to avoid that last place, boy.
While there is a 3-way tie, Queefsaller does have the advantage over Voodoo. And it was interesting. I don't know if Voodoo was feeling a little confident this week, but he made a guest appearance on the thread. But as soon as he started going down and knew he was going to lose to Queefsaller, it looked like he tucked his tail and ran away again. Because I invited him to the pod. No, I just may.
That was it.
Open invitation for the number one pod hater. And I do miss him. I miss him on the thread. I miss him on the pod. I miss his little chuckle. I miss all that, man. Well, the reason I bring up the Queefsaller Pimps matchup is because Frogs and I played this week, and we both had the similar losing record, but the win was critical. The win was still to keep you in the mix because, as it turns out, Owumi lost. He's 5-6. Whoever won the matchup between Frog and I would go 5-6, and that keeps us in play for that 6th position. Frog, just a hard luck loss, man. Your team usually puts up some big numbers. You had some disappointing performances, and I think Quan fell in love with Bo Nix. I saw the love in his eyes yesterday, and we brought up Rudy and cutting players, and I'm gonna have Mageddon coming up, and Quan is probably hoping he's just hoping I'll cut Bo Nix so he can. I'm not. I just want to let you know now. I'll do whatever I can to hold on to this guy just so you can't have him for the rest of the season. I don't care if I'm starting fucking Sean Alexander as my running back. I didn't want to give up that spot, man. Bo Nix is staying for the duration.
Hey, shout out Scum, man. My team did not show up this week whatsoever. And as we've seen quite a few times this season, Scum, you scored the most points of your entire season this week. Congrats.
Only when you come out to Rialto, brother. I want to, we want to feed you. We want to make sure you have some good drink. And I also want to make sure, because it's a long drive and you got to get up early, that you catch an afternoon nap. You don't have to worry about watching the games in the afternoon because it's wrapped up by then.
Hey, man, something was in that chili, man, because I have a video where it was me, LJ, and Lewis spread out on that couch. Everyone had the itis, getting a good afternoon nap in, man. So thank you for opening your home to us. Thank you for the comfort of that couch. Thank you to both of our chefs, Elaine and Erica. The jalapeno poppers were popping. The guacamole, I mean,
it was guacking.
We get treated so well out there, man. We get to bring, it's family friendly. The kids get to explore the mean streets of Rialto, get their street cred out in the IE, man.
Gated community. We don't want to scare anyone off here.
Gated community, yes, but also on our way out, this real strange. It's one of those people that CZ walked away from on that call.
Naysayer.
That family.
Naysayer.
One of those,
Knocking at the gate, man.
Those people?
those family people. One of those family people.
I'm trying to pull out.
Those
And
people.
like, hey, man, you open this gate. And I'm trying to signal to my children, like, get in the car. We're leaving. And LJ's like, sure, buddy, I'll open the gate for you.
That's no idea.
LJ, you just don't know yet, man. You just don't know. And he went in, and I think the guy was in such shock that a 10-year-old did it with a smile on his face that he's like, you know what? I'm going to give this family a pass.
He might have been the local transient, though. He might have been the local transient. I didn't.
LJ turned to me. He's like, "Daddy, that was kind of weird. He walked straight to the park."
Yeah. He knows where he's going. We got some green spaces over here that have turned into accommodations.
He said, "Dad, I think I just let in the ops."
Doesn't look like he lives here, Dad.
We didn't have shoes on. It's fine. It's okay. Well, I appreciate you guys making the drive out here. Maybe next year you'll be able to get a win, or maybe it's just a home road thing. And maybe next year when we play, I got to roll out there, and then maybe the comforts of home cooking will do.
Shout out to Elaine. Tell her thank you. I knocked off the rest of that chili. She even sent me home with a plate to go. Man, it's just such accommodations. Lovely experience.
Everybody loves that.
Hey, y'all are just priming up for next week. Priming.
What do you mean by send her your love? You mean like?
I mean,
when I kiss her, like that's you kissing her?
Avalanche love.
I mean, like send her my love.
So like when I'm in my vinegar strokes with my wife.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, why not? Like,
those vinegar strokes.
How about
give
tell
her
her
my
thanks?
love tonight?
Yeah,
How about tell her thanks? Tell her thanks.
You know what? I don't know
Thank
what
you.
was written in that card. I should have asked. You said it was from your wife, but then like you licked it weird before you handed it to her.
You should
You
have
see,
taken
she put it away. You see, she put it away. Somewhere safe and
He said,
away for her eyes only.
Yeah.
Put some Elon Musk on it.
He lipped that motherfucker right in front of her.
Hey, since we have CZ on, man, there is only one other wife and mother in the IE who treats us so well. Well, no, also Shalisa, yes, my sister-in-law. That's where I'll be eating Thanksgiving next week. But a little further north on the 15 is where you're going to get some premium grade breakfast burritos by none other than
best ever.
Mama Sharon. So shout out Mama Sharon.
Oh yeah!
Shout out Mama Sharon.
I wanted to bring it up when you
send her your love. Send her your love.
Send Sharon all of my love.
Respectfully.
All of it.
All of the
rounds of my love.
Y'all some nasty motherfuckers, man. That's the cons. These are those cons again.
We're married men.
What wife swap suggestions and like latent hopes of all kinds
This
of
pod is getting a little
games.
sticky this week. Ugh.
She loves
gonna be-
having you guys up here, so it's fun. It's all good. She enjoys it too. So thank you. I will
She's
pass
rad.
that along. I will give her Lewis's love.
Oh
30
my
seconds
God.
of it tonight.
Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
unlike and CZ, I'll give you props, man. We come visit you, but you also make an effort to come visit us, man. And the host of the show, he's got a lot of friends in LA, and he rarely comes to visit us, man. I'll see him, Dodger Stadium tonight with my bros. Does he tell us he's in LA? Does he say, hey, come meet me for a drink for happy hour?
He's
And
not
then
hanging
it
out with
comes
those
to-
people. What are you talking about?
Comes to AGS, he never comes out. But you know what, CZ? You and Sharon have come out. We've done the Hollywood Bowl together. We've done the Rose Bowl together. We've done LA Live. You've come to Jamon's house in Inglewood, man. Props to CZ, man, for getting in that car and driving out all the
Little League
You're a
game.
real one, CV.
The Little League games, yeah.
Little League
Shout out.
games.
He drove out for my birthday. We had this steakhouse, went to the Palms, went to the Lakers game a few years ago. Do you even like basketball?
Right. I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right.
Go
Yes,
Lakers.
I do. I'm a Laker fan.
Let's go.
He's a big Austin Reeves and Connect Four fan, right?
Ah, he likes their form.
Whatever that means.
High motor. Whatever that means.
Kurt Rambis poster of the house.
Said Kurt Rambis, my love.
Who has a Mitch Kupchak jersey,
Nice little Mark Madsen.
Oh, Mad Dog. The
He was collecting
Supreme.
signatures for the Pat Riley statue.
Oh, man,
Somebody
come
had to
on.
lead those boys.
I got a brick. My
Where's
name
Jerry
on the
West?
brick.
He was the best. Logo.
I'll
Tommy's getting three patches.
I'll donate some money to get rid of that goat picture, Lewis. Jesus Christ, man. I hate it.
Trust
Don't
me,
worry.
CZ, you're not the only
Well, I
one.
heard
That shit
that
is fucking
Quan-
sick.
The Quan teased a new pod studio for next week.
Not next week, next season.
Oh, okay.
Next season.
Hey,
What
the
the
other night,
fuck?
Jackson was screaming. He was like, hey, the fucking goat is after me. I was like, son, it's okay. Jesus.
Yo, a couple more just to wrap up the week. Penthouse Pimps took on the Sugandis, and leave it to Cinque to only put up a handful of points a week after I could have done.
Thanks,
after I was-
NK. You was talking big shit last week. Thank you for them 88 points because it puts you a little downer on the rankings. Thank you.
I mean, he's still pretty much locked in for the playoffs. These 7-3 teams, 7-4 teams now would have to pretty much lose out. So I guess you're not locked in, but odds are his schedule is pretty favorable. I think he's got Queef Swallowers coming up.
I'd like to give a public apology on the pod
yeah.
to Sugandis. I think the podcast last week got him into a lot of trouble in his young budding relationship. One too many 7-Eleven jokes. So either he's in trouble or he just doesn't show when he gets blown out. Because he's typically, he's a reoccurring guest sometimes. So sorry, Cinque. Sorry for all the jokes. Hopefully you'll be back soon.
In fairness, I
He's not
also
coming
did not.
back. He's not coming
did
back
not-
after all those hairline jokes, man. You guys fucked him up.
No, that's
Damn.
the least of it. You're on mute, BC. Sorry, brother. Yeah, I also didn't email him the link tonight, so that might have been the reason why he didn't show up. My bad. Sorry, Cinque.
So,
I
any-
had
any-
never seen him. I had never thought of him as looking like he was from India, and now I can't stop, dude. Now it's the mustache, like the.
Yeah.
Sorry, hey,
Those
we
people.
love all.
Hey man, I really hope we didn't get in trouble for that. I mean, it's all we love you. We love everybody. We love that family. Those people.
Well, I what I do is sometimes I'll make highlight reels from the pods because unlike Carlos, a lot of people don't sit through the whole episode. So I did a highlight reel of all our best zingers on Cinque, and he happened to be watching it in front of his lady, and she was like, oh, what's so funny? What are you laughing at? And he shows it to her, and she was like, I do not find that funny at all.
Thanks, NK. Hey, NK. Fuck you.
I will say that a good sense of humor is key to happy relationships. You know,
Come on, guys. That shit was fucking funny. I'm sorry.
It was great.
That's
It
how
was
you
great.
know
I
it was
want-
funny.
Well,
It
They're
created
young
some
in
offense.
love, man. You know, it takes some time and some age and some maturing to get to our level of
Maybe.
Happy
Maybe,
wife, happy life.
I also think that there's a little bit of truth to the fact that female friendships and male friendships are so different. I've heard women comment like, God, I wish I kind of had a bro like relationship. And it's like, I don't think you could handle it because my best
No.
friends spend more time talking shit and eviscerating me for my looks, for my fucking cell phone technology, for all kinds of shit. You know, there's no Presbo, you know, the most flattering doppelgangers, you know.
We love you, Nick. We do. But you know you look like the Mac Tonight chin dude. Come on.
I
bro.
fucking said this yesterday. Didn't you guys hear me say this yesterday?
Yeah.
I said this yesterday in Rialto. I said back in the day, somebody used to call me Mac Tonight, Jay Leno. I heard it all, man. It's fine.
Speaking of
good. But this-
doppelgangers, CZ's fresh off of his portrayal of Aaron Hernandez on FX Hulu.
Yeah.
Great job, CZ.
Great job, CZ.
Word. There
You
go.
killed
Love
it.
that.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you.
killed Aaron Hernandez killed a lot of naysayers, man.
Hey, no comment.
Yeah.
He had a
We
type.
did not take shit from that family.
And JC, congratulations on your win this week too. That was a big win. I know it hurt you a little bit, but like you said, times are changing now. You know, father is now the son, son's the father. These are fluid relationships.
Man, every time you guys talk to me, it's something about fluidity and identity. Man, y'all motherfuckers and these embedded innuendos. I'll tell you this. It was a victorious win. I'm thankful for the victory. But right now I'm focused on next week. I take it very seriously and we'll see what we do. I was upset at Lamar, but Lamar's output directly affected Derrick Henry and kept him in tow. So it was, for the most part, I think it was really a shitty weekend of football if you really look at a lot of the games and a lot of missed opportunities. But I'm glad for 2 7-3 teams to take L's to kind of, you know, make the top competitors kind of, you know, battle for those 2 spots. I mean, Lou pretty much at this point has the number 1 spot locked up. So it looks like it's a pretty tight battle for the second bye. So we'll see what happens in the next 4 weeks.
You know, for a guy who used to own a Melvin Gordon Chargers jersey, your Los Angeles Chargers on your bench did quite well for you this week, man. Herbert, Dobbins, and Quentin Johnson all double digits.
Yeah, man. The Chargers have a pretty favorable remaining part of the season. I picked up Herbert for week 14, but it looks like the dude is starting to take flight. Dobbins, yeah, man. I mean, that was a lucky walk-off touchdown. Before that, he was sub 10. Maybe that earns him more runs, but with Gus Edwards in the line, man, I mean, if we're looking at a consistent 160-point output by the top team, that variability in the backfield between, I mean, he went from 6.5 points last week to 17.5. That's a lot of variability. I need a little bit more consistency. But Kyron is looking a little, I don't know what's going on. So I hate having a lot of options on the bench because that's when you start fucking up. And so,
well, Dobbins
Yeah,
wasn't your only running back to have a strong finish to their game. Saquon went from like 14 points to 35 points, I think, in like 27 seconds in the fourth quarter.
yeah, that was. I mean, thank goodness for that, man. That was the performance of the weekend that kind of got me there. Vikings defense looked good. Dicker the kicker came out with 12 points. So Njoku put up 15. So it was a good rally, especially from last week considering the output of the running backs. But
Yeah, I mean,
I think
To be fair to the score, you could have benched Saquon Barkley and still won this game.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. True. I mean, like I said last week, I think that the remaining part of the season, every team is going to try to fine tune their best roster for the playoffs. So just trying to figure out matchups, trying to figure out variability, and trying to hone in on a winning lineup. I mean, Lennon identified it last week. My running game seems to be the heartbeat of the team. So, and you guys know I don't really like leaning on one particular position. So we've got to find some receiving output. Hopefully, Quentin Johnson looks good. Tillman, I don't know. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Got 4 more weeks before it really matters. So we'll see if we can get something popping by then.
Two notes, man. I think it's not a coincidence that of all the teams in AGS, the one to start Dicker at kicker is NJC. Don't think that's an accident. And the second thing, when you beat Papa Taman by 60 points, does that mean that his Father's Day gift, you have to sweeten it a little bit?
Yeah, see, that didn't even come out funny. That shit wasn't even funny. So just no. Shut up, bastard. How about that?
Your slurp avalanche.
Slurp fucking avalanche. Anywho, what's the next matchup?
That was pretty much it. Curse took out who's coming in second, and who's coming in second put up a lot of points there, but I'm glad he lost. I match up with him next week. You're not.
I was hoping he was gonna win, man.
This sets up a nice
fucking Josh Allen in that last fucking second 29-yard scramble, bro.
Yeah, he's good for it, man. He's amazing. But this sets up an interesting little 6th place conundrum here. If Pimps loses next week, between who's coming in second and we match up. We're coming in at 5 and 6. We have a shot here. There's a legit shot with three weeks left, so it keeps things exciting. NJC, you've got Rudy next week. Quan, you've got T. Ruth. How you feeling about that? Nervous? Feeling good? Steady? You missing anybody on the bye weeks?
What's really hurting is when a quarterback goes down, his number one wide receiver is just like they go down too. And Dak Prescott's done for the season, and it looks like CD is. I mean, he put up 15 points this week, but I mean, it was ugly. So it's I'm a little worried. Without CD is tough, but it's never an easy game against Jamal. He put up 76 points this week. That probably means he's gonna score 300 points next week. But so
the CD Lamb conundrum is a real deal, man. That's real. 15 points is still 15 points. And in what scenario do you see yourself benching a healthy CD? I mean, you fucking did it this week, but
benched him 2 weeks in a row.
He outperforms a Flowers. You definitely could have. Those margins right there, those 3-point margins, are the difference could be the difference between a win and an L, going home or being another champion again.
Yeah. But to answer your question, no. I'm gonna roll with CD. Right now I'm experimenting. But when it comes down to it, you cannot get away. You can't bitch CD Lamb. So
well, it's good to know that NJC is not the only one experimenting on this podcast. Quan, who do you replace Joe Burrow with this week?
Whoever's out there. It's the slim pickings. Riley Slim Pickens. Well, that's another thing. I'm going in facing Jamal without Burrow, and that's a huge loss. Now, I don't think Jamal has anybody on bye, so I'm basically facing him, facing his full squad without Burrow, who's pretty much had a stellar season this year.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing you built up such a cushion of wins that you can absorb a loss and really just keep on moving in stride. Everything should be great. Good for you.
You're not predicting a 5th straight high score?
That's going to be
never
tough.
Been done. It's never been done before.
4 is a lot. That's tough. That is a bit of an accomplishment in itself. But thank you guys for acknowledging that. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Good for you, Quan. You really are a nice guy, and we really want to see you do well. We really do.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
All right, moving on.
Most of y'all do. I don't.
Man, these pictures are coming through are amazing.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good. Frogs, you got the curse, man.
Disappeared. What the fuck?
Tough matchup. Are you missing any key players next week?
You know what? I am not, but the curse is not that it matters when you're playing against my team that doesn't score much, but he's missing both Josh Allen and Jamar Chase next week.
Pretty significant. That's huge. And again, down week, boomer bust. Usually, you easily cross that triple digit threshold.
I'm rooting for you, Frogs. I'm rooting for you, bro. Let's get this.
Well,
W
if there's any week to get the curse, it would be this week. So I will do my best.
Do your
please.
best. That's all we can hope for. Do your best. I think that pretty much covers it. I got who's coming in second. Sugandis has West Coast Voodoo. Pimps and the Queef Swallowers. We'll see which version of the Queef Swallowers shows up. The cousin push or the
I'm interested in this West Coast Voodoo and Sugandis game,
The
man.
cousinly shove.
cousinly shove. I like that, dude. That's a good one. Cousinly
I'm
shove.
interested in that Sugandis Voodoo game, man. If Voodoo pulls out another win, Sugandis, man.
Right. I think that Queef Swallowers Pimps game is pretty significant because if he beats the Pimps, he pretty much puts all you guys back into like a 3-way tie for 6 seed.
I want it to happen real bad, real bad. So that pretty much covers next week. Before we jump off the podcast, though, Siebert, you had mentioned that CZ Siesta Sultans is your like photo bank of images. You know, you call on him whenever you need an image. And this week, an image popped up on the thread, and I'm just curious. Did you have to call on CZ for this particular image, or did you have to Google search Mandingo Dick Black Man, or did you just have the Mandingo Dick?
That's booty.
Did you just have Mandingo Dick pre-saved on your phone? So whenever you need Mandingo Dick to go out.
No, so we're on a lot of threads, man. And I mentioned our buddy Booty.
That's Booty.
Lives in Georgia now. Booty is a big fan of Mandingo Man. He's actually like taught us a class on him, man, like where he's from, where the picture came from. And that one that I sent you is like
it's
very
a pretty sad
obvious
story about him.
Yeah. But there's levels.
Please don't wait. Let me know.
Share the brief version. There's a story behind this guy.
What do you know, Frogs? Yeah, what do you
I'm
know?
not the professor, man. I just know that, you know, unfortunately that guy was trying to do something good with his life, and at some point, you know, he made an adult film, and that's where the infamous picture came from. And I don't think he was ever able to live that down. I think he's passed away, man. So rest in peace to that dude. There's levels to that image. I mean, there's Christmas ornaments. There's Booty will send you like a very innocent looking picture with somebody wearing sunglasses, and then he's like, "Hey, look a little closer to the eyes," and then you zoom in, and then the guy's in there like in the pupil. So
yeah, Booty has a weird little love triangle with him and Mandingo Man. Mandingo Man and Mandingo.
Oh my God. Yeah, okay. I can only imagine the amount of blood it took to pump an erection through that fucking hose. Is that how that man died? Just, I mean, when you say he couldn't live it down, I mean, what's there to live down, dude? That is if there's
no
one
pun intended.
If there's one photo you want viral of yourself on the internet, it is the baby arm holding an apple, right?
Right, man.
Hey, I had
there's even a door knocker.
Hey, it looks like Lou was taking advantage of a big old baby arm and apple right in his. Oh, well, now he moved that. That mic looked like he was giving you a nice little forehead print.
I'm Googling Mandingo Man meme story.
Well, his
Why?
name's not Mandingo Man.
Hey,
Yeah, you're not gonna find it.
That has to be the sound clip before the fucking pod. I'm Googling.
Hey, I had we had a brief appearance from Vu. I think he got a little excited. NJC took Mike Tyson as well against Jake Paul, man, and Lou made a little bit of money off of the Rat Pack this week. But I thought it was interesting that when it came time to pay up, Vu and I quote, "Lou, you really want $50 for that fight?" And it's like, whenever Vu wins a bet, he expects to get paid. So I'm wondering why, when he lost a bet, there was hesitance to pay up.
Well,
Maybe if he would join the podcast one day, he could defend himself and answer some of these questions.
And I applaud you, NJC, for paying your $20 very quickly. It took Vu a number of hours to make good on his bet, and you know, he tried to dip into Lou's bag of jokes, and I give Lou credit when he brings up the old era of the Frog Championships, but that's the one thing that I actually don't miss is that Voodoo's jokes are so bad, they're so terrible, and I wish he would come with something original and funny. All this time gone, and he hasn't written any new material.
He's very busy, working very hard in very early meetings.
Well, he's got, you know, when one brother, I mean, you were like, you know, you guys were like the Menendez brothers this week, the way you treated your dad in AGS, man. So he's probably over there rubbing his feet, man, to make him feel a little bit better about the beating he took from Eric.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, man. You know, I think that if it was our intent to reach a different, broader demographic of an audience, I think we've achieved that goal in this podcast. Because this is a sick one.
If I was betting money on that fight, which I'm glad I didn't, as soon as I saw Mike Tyson's ass, I would have been super worried. Like, oh, we're fucked.
Hey, man. Okay.
He's not wearing pants.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question. Lou, I know you're a boxing expert. So there's no way in shape, form you guys think that was a fixed fight? You don't think Tyson could have
I think it was 100% fixed.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they offered Mike Tyson $20 million
to take a dive. To take a fucking dive. And I think that's why he was biting on his fucking gloves the whole time, because he wanted to fucking punch that motherfucker.
Was it really a dive though? I mean, he
threw 97 punches. He threw 97 punches and landed 16, bro.
8 years old, guys.
Nah, man, fuck all that. All those fucking training videos.
I know that the Iron Mike days of the killer Mike Tyson, that superhero of a athlete, still lives in all of your guys' head, but in reality, you know, 58-year-old men do not beat young. You know, I know that he's like has the title of a YouTuber, but he's actually a decent amateur.
No, I'm not trying to shit on his boxing prowess.
It's difficult.
I'm saying that Mike Tyson did not throw one fucking uppercut in the whole fight.
Yeah, dude, but for every punch that he threw, he would have to either take one, or once he got hit a few times, he stopped throwing punches because he didn't want to get hit anymore. Just like any other boxing match, it's just, hey, look, dude, nobody is invincible. Even Jordan,
I got you.
You know,
I got you.
And he got paid, you know, and Jake Paul picked him for a reason, because he knew the money would be there. He knew it'd be an easy fight, and it all showed when Jake Paul came in like 20 pounds heavier. He didn't even train for the fight. It was quite obvious that you know, that people were buying into the hype and not really the reality. But you can't just like work out for 8 weeks, lose weight, and think that you're just gonna be, you know, at that age gonna be able to fight at a level, you know. Anyway, I don't think it was a fix. I personally don't think it was a fix. I think Tyson actually really tried. But all he had was a good 30-second sit-up, and after that it was
shit got real.
I think it was a mix of everything. I think they went into it as an entertainment type of event. We all watched, you know, we crashed Netflix. Everybody was there. Nobody wants to see Iron Mike get fucking his orbital broken or anything like that. Nobody wants to see some kind of fiasco bullshit like that. So, I mean, I think everybody should have went in looking at it as like entertainment value, and the other fights were legit. There were real fights there. I mean, you know, as far as like real competitive fights, and that one was just like, you know, the entertainment at the end, kind of, you know, like the money shot. So fuck it, you know, Mendigo money shot, Slurp Avalanche, or whatever you want to call it.
Fucking good.
So
All it.
You know, so I mean, that's the way I looked at it. I didn't come in with any high expectations or anything weird. So I mean, it is what it is. I watched, and so I mean, fuck. I mean, I got what I expected. So it was cool. It was good to see Mike again and his ass and everything. So
That wasn't cool. That part
was the coolest part, actually.
He kissed the dude on the cheek and walked off like, yeah.
That was his son, right?
His son.
What I
That's
didn't
yeah,
like
fucking
though,
worse.
what I didn't like was the just disrespect of his brother, man, who was like, "I'll fucking kill you, Mike." And I was like, oh, man, and Mike had to eat that, had to just take it from that dude.
Well, that's all part of it. And Carlos kind of
Yeah.
spoke to that, right? Like it's
Yep.
part of the entertainment. They have to look like the bad guy. They've got this big name. So they have to play their role in it. I mean, he did, and someone just broke it down where like he couldn't go back to the MMA well, the retired MMA well anymore. So now it's like the big name fighter, but now it's what's next, right? And at what point does he fight a legitimate boxer?
He did already. He fought a halfway legitimate boxer and lost.
Fury's brother?
Tommy Fury?
Yeah, and he's like,
The key word was legitimate.
He wants the Canelo
Well-
fight. That will be Canelo will utterly destroy him, but that will be his big payday. Another big payday for him to
Right.
walk off.
And well, that's the bottom line, right? MVP. I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
They're getting paid. They're geniuses. They're actually genius. They're pretty good at what they're fucking doing. I mean, fuck,
Yeah.
that guy's printing money
for
with
like
Prime.
high school dropouts.
Yeah,
I mean,
with
hell
the
yeah.
Prime drink, with that shit he was spraying everywhere, that W stuff. I mean, come on, man. You got to hand it to them. These guys are printing money. They're that little duck behind fucking his in that picture with the bags of money right there. I mean,
All right.
Yeah, man.
100%.
yeah, it's crazy. So
And,
it is
and you
what
know
it
what?
is.
I bet you he got over 100 million for that and gave Tyson like 20, 25. Here you go. Thanks.
I heard it was
Here
it was
you go,
at the
kid.
purse. I heard the total purse was 80. I thought it was 40 million.
Yeah.
But then I heard 20.
I heard he cleared 50, Tyson got 20, and then there's probably a bunch of stuff tied in on the back end.
Yeah, well, you know who the real MVPs of that were? The ring girls. My lord, man, fuck.
They were built differently.
Yeah. They had a little fairy dust sprinkled on them. It looked a little magical.
So
Yeah, I wanted chicken wings for some reason. It was weird. I want some chicken wings.
Dude.
those
Yeah.
are the best chicken wings ever.
They're so
Shout out to
succulent.
Sam's.
On that note, perfect shout out. Thank you, CZ's, Siesta Sultans, for joining the Week 11 recap. We appreciate you, sir, all the way from the high desert. Defending champ NJC, Quan, Secret Frogs, Rebel Scum, Any Given Sunday podcast. Catch y'all motherfuckers next week.
Peace.
Please like and subscribe.